Injury at half-time, you couldn't see a way back for them. But Dominic Solanke, who was outstanding in the second half, with a goal that made it 2-1, although it looked like a Mark Gay own goal, and then a sort of scorpion kick to make it 2-2. City tried to get a winner, and we're indebted to Donnarumma, who made a couple of great saves. And in the end, a magnificent second half performance from Spurs has given Arsenal an enormous boost. The final score here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium: Spurs 2, City 2, and there is now a 6-point lead for Arsenal. Well, let's go back to the studio and we can get the thoughts of Tony, of Shaun and of Cel.
Manchester City fans, welcome back to Matchday Live Full Time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And after going in at half-time, 2-0 up, it has finished Tottenham 2, Manchester City 2. So just the 1 point for the boys in blue. Bringing you some pictures here from Full Time inside the stadium. Shaun Wright-Phillips is with me in the studio. Shaun, feels a little bit like a loss. It is a point. What was your take on the second half?
Yeah, you will be gutted. I think they will be, the fans will be, us in the studio are. But it was never going to be easy at Spurs. It never has been. Even the years we was running away with the title, we've struggled whenever we've played them. And for the first time, we was comfortable in the first half. But the second half, Spurs came out and showed certain qualities that they do have. They can cause problems. And yes, you could say that first goal was a foul on Gahey. The second goal, it was a magnificent piece of skill from Dom Solanke, but still with that little bit of luck, that they brought luck into the game and they managed to get back into the game. But the game stayed open for 90 minutes, which for a City team I felt was quite unusual in terms of we like to keep control of the ball a lot, but Spurs made it the way they wanted to play football.
Yes.
And that's what we brought into it. We basically went toe-to-toe with them like that for 99 minutes.
99 minutes it was. I wondered, Shaun, there were no... I think they made one sub at half-time. Romero went off, so I'm assuming that probably might be a little knock or something because he's such a key player for them. Did Frank change the way in which they set up or played, or did they just start, Tottenham kind of just found a bit of confidence and energy?
Well, it's all of the above, because in the first half, they lacked all of the above. So he's gone in at half-time, as managers do with a performance that they put in at home in front of their own fans. And in many ways, most probably give them a rocket in.
Yeah.
Tweaked a few tactics, especially in the attacking areas. They seemed like they was getting the ball to Dom a lot more. The centre-backs were having to deal with him a lot more. He weren't coming short. He was pinning up, occupying our defences, and then you had runners in behind and into the gaps that we left open. And as we know, the way we play a risky high line. And a lot of the time it pays off. But there are moments where if one person is a centimetre offline, people will be kept onside, and hence Dom Solanke's first goal.
With the first goal, interestingly, it's gone down as a Gay own goal. There is I guess, a conversation. Is it a foul on Gahey? Because it feels like he gets himself in between Solanke and the ball, and Solanke has to kick through Gahey to put the ball in the back of the net.
For me, when I saw the replay, it's the first thing I said and saw.
You did, yeah.
Because you don't want to see fouls given for everything. Like, as an attacker, you want there to be goals. As a fan, you want to see goals in the game. But when you're pulling up stuff, especially the way the ref was in that game, how VAR hasn't said, look, he's kicked through him here, hence the reason why Gahey's kicked the ball, is still surprising me. There was a few weird decisions in there, but we can't sit here and say, well, the ref didn't do this, ref didn't do that. Like, at the end of the day, Spurs put up a fight. And we had the first half. Yeah. And it seemed like Spurs had the majority of the second half. And in the end, whether I like to say it or not, I felt like the 2-2 draw was a justified result of the whole game.
Minutes,
of the 99 minutes.
You see it kind of here, innit? Okay, he does seem to be in front of the man.
He's there. He gets his body, he gets himself back. Don't know how he gets back, because I think Dom initially does well in that situation with Kuss, the way with Kushinoff, the way he protects the ball and cuts back in. But Gahey does get his body there, does put his foot in front of his foot. and there's no way for Dom Solanke to get that ball without kicking him first.
Yeah.
And hence the own goal. So, yeah, in football, things like this happen. When I've played and when I've watched other people play and I watch my kids play, other people's kids play, I always say 2-0 is the worst scoreline in football. Because as a player, you're almost comfortable, but one goal turns the whole game on its head.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened in the game.
Yeah, interestingly as well, 2-0. West Ham were 2-0 up at half-time. Chelsea came back and won that. I mean, at least we've got the point, which does feel a positive. Second goal again, Solanke. It felt, listen, it's a genius finish. It's a touch of magic. Should we have done something before that, or could we have stopped that from potentially going in for the second one?
Yeah, I think Nico Gonzalez and Nico O'Reilly didn't communicate. Mm-hmm. So nobody knows who's going to get the ball or go for the ball. And that split second allows Tottenham to win the ball and get the ball out to Gallagher. And from that moment, Gallagher's balling is a delightful ball.
Yeah.
How Dom Solanke adjusts is even better to do what he's done. And you can see in his reaction that that's what he was trying to do, because as soon as it hits him, he's looking the ball. And I think Donnarumma was unlucky, because I think he's at full stretch. He gets a half-decent hand to it, but just not enough. So it's football. We pushed at the end, but in some areas, the boys look tired.
Yeah.
They're like going into that back end, into that 95, because we had a few chances where we could kind of push and go to the byline, and people just looked tired a little bit.
Indeed. Well, let's take a pause here in the studio. We've had FG and Michael Brown down at the stadium for us. They bring us some great stuff before the game. They're now pitch side, so here are their thoughts after full-time whistle went.
Yeah, full time from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester City 2. A tale of two halves, Michael Brown.
Yeah, very much so. Do you know, when we see Romero go off at half-time, is it tactical? Is there an injury? We're not sure what that was. But they went to sort of like two centre-backs, Paulinho dropping in. But what it gave them an extra player into the middle of the pitch. Then they put pressure on, increased the tempo, started to turn us around a little bit. I mean, the first goal was a clear fluke, wasn't it? You see off the back of Mark Gay, I think he was unlucky because it was kicked as well. So that changed it, then the crowd were up, and then they felt like there was something to go at.
Yeah, and the second goal was just sort of, whether he meant it or not, it looked good on the eye, but again, from a City perspective, a slight bit of fortune for Solanke that the ball's...
Well, I'm going to go with this, right, is the game got quicker and we kept getting caught in possession a little bit. Nico Gonzalez comes on, Nico O'Reilly going back to left back, and then that ball was just there. Who's going to go? We mentioned Conor Gallagher, didn't we, about what he's going to bring. It's fight, determination, and he just got there first, darted down the right. But you know, when you say it's a bit of luck, I'm going to give the credit to the striker. Yeah. For him to get in that position, I don't know if he gets to see it, he sort of back heels it like that into the far top corner. I can't stretch that far, as you know, but Donnarumma tries to save it into the top corner. It's a brilliant finish, FG. Do you know what? And you've got to give him the credit for it. Then it was open, then it was you go, we go. And it just wasn't meant to be. They had a lot of players missing. Yes, they played well in the second half, but we will be disappointed not to have finished the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Anfield up next in terms from a Premier League perspective. If we're looking at that fixture now and we're saying if City were to go there and get a positive result and get 3 points, would they be happy with 4 points from the two away games? Because when you say it like that, it doesn't seem like the end of the world.
Yeah, I would agree. And we've had some difficult times, haven't we, at Anfield, understanding that the pace and tempo, they're improving, aren't they, over the last sort of month or so, getting a little bit better, so it'll be a tougher game. We've got to go and win that now. That's where we're getting to now. Arsenal have got some decent games, and we've still got Arsenal to come to the end. It's still there,
right?
Yeah, it's still there, not to be too disappointed. And I did feel like it was be a difficult game here today, and the plus points is we controlled a lot of it in the first half, and now go to Anfield, dominate and take the points.
Yeah, absolutely. Anfield up next in the Premier League, of course, a semi-final in between. Thank you very much, Michael Brown. See you at Anfield. We'll be back, and I'm sure City will too. Keep the faith.
Keep the faith indeed, and it is a point at a ground that we do struggle at, so onwards we go. Up next, the chance to get to Wembley. We take on Newcastle. Given what you said there, you're expecting there'll probably be changes, a little freshen up.
Yeah, you should imagine so, especially with Liverpool coming at the weekend after. You expect those changes to happen, but I think the boys will be up for that. They'll want to correct what happened today. They're in a strong position in terms of the 2-0 lead, and they will build on that. Newcastle won't come out initially, but eventually they're going to have to go for it.
For sure.
And that kind of plays into City's hands, and let's just hope Bernardo was brought off as a precaution, and should imagine Ruben's back training Monday.
Yeah.
I don't think maybe Wednesday's a bit too early, but just to have that sort of thing going, his physical presence, his aura around them, training, changing room, I think that they'll be fine, they'll be up for it. I think, like, we also got to remember, you're going away from home. If you can come away from these places sometimes without a lose, you can build it. It's still a point.
Yeah. Do you know what? That seems a nice positive note to finish on there, Shaun. Shaun, treat to be on with you as always. And massive thank you to everyone involved in the show, to Tony as well, and of course to FG, Michael Brown and Alistair Mann, as always, with the commentary. A point at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'll see you on Wednesday night for that League Cup game, second leg against Newcastle. Until then, have a lovely evening and enjoy the start of the week. Good night.
I'm not the classic number 2. I'm ambitious. I'm ambitious enough to show my best performances and show every mate and push every mate here in this team.
And Ortega, almost like Peter Schmeichel used to do, put himself out like a star.
I make a lot of jokes. I'm a funny guy, but on the pitch, I want to win every game.
On it goes to Hudson-Odoi. Cross comes in. Ortega carried it away.
It's important to be calm in every situation and trust in your performance, and then everything is good.
It's Raheem Sterling who's through, and the first save that Ortega has had to make, he does make.
Diaby now towards the edge of the area, City a stretch, and there's a chance, and it's tipped over the bar by Ortega to deny Douglas Luiz. Good parry from Ortega. Ortega makes his first save, blocks the shot from Kulusevski.
This team is incredible. It makes so much fun to be a part of this group. Yeah, the whole world can see what we do.
And Son could be in, and the title could be on! And Ortega, the biggest save of his Manchester City career.
Why is everyone surprised that I can save the ball?